Aria, Eric, thanks very much. Georgia Tech a winner against Stanford at McCamish Pavilion in Midtown Atlanta. We welcome you to Cameron with Corey Alexander and Jim Boeheim, West Durham. You haven't missed. Tyrese Proctor's knocked down a 3, and he's had a scoop 2. Or Malawach has had a follow of a Proctor miss, and here's Tyrese for another one that rattled out. Flag the rebound for the Blue Devils, punched away by Blackshear. First meeting ever between the two schools in this building. Duke coming up.
4 trips across the country. That is something that they're not talking about, but it's there.
But, Coach, which game is more difficult, that first game, the midweek Wednesday game, or the Saturday game once you've been here and got an opportunity to get acclimated?
You know, both of them are difficult. The first one you're just getting here. The second one you've been here too long almost. So we have games where they literally can't shoot.
But for Tyrese Proctor, WD, he came in with the reputation of a shooter.
Yep.
But his freshman year, midway through the season, went more to the point guard position, pushing Jeremy Roach off the basketball. So now getting him.
He's right there at a couple per game at 18 minutes.
Yeah, he's come back nicely from the knee injury.
And he did lead the league in steals a season ago, but of course continues to get his hand on basketball. Great from his deflection standpoint.
Stojakovic a fall away. Boy, really struggled on.
He came back. I mean, it's been a real struggle for him. And Duke is a tough team. They switch so much and they get up on him. He's going to have to work for everything tonight.
Foul on Stojakovic in the front court as Duke handles. Here's Knipple winding through traffic and scores. First basket for the freshman from Milwaukee.
And he's really gotten better at putting the ball on the floor. He's not just a shooter. And people forget how big he is. He's big. He's a big guard. And he can get to the basket.
5-point lead for number 3 Duke. Still leading the ACC. After seeing their 16-game win streak snapped on Saturday at Clemson. Petritis out of the corner, and it's good. Reedus
have a bounce-back performance here tonight.
Blue Devils will have the ball after the rejection by Sissoko a moment ago. 10 to shoot, though. Very quickly as James handles the possession. Flag, fall away, left of the lane is good. First points of the night for the freshman. Isaiah Evans is in.
And you don't have to announce him. He's going to announce himself.
Yes, he does. Has never seen a shot he didn't take. Flag, fall away over Petritis, and a foul on Reedus Petritis. First on Petritis, second. Ways to keep talking about how good and how impactful Flag is.
The biggest thing with him, though, is he's got a will to win. I was talking to Coach
on Flag. And Showtime Slim, Isaiah Evans out there for the Blue Devils. And here's Stojakovic against Brown.
This is what Duke is able to do with Malik Brown on the floor. You can switch defensively and still be able to make Cal make tough shots. But
that now on the run. Here's Malawach. Tyrese tees up a deep 3 that's good.
We watched them go over that in their scouting report early.
Knipple will pull up. Oh, look at the shot over Dort. Malawach fights for the offensive chance. Gillis a 3. Got it. Mason Gillis back in the ball game and on the score. That'll bound away, and Ola Joseph the rebound. 10-point lead for the Blue Devils. Largest of the night, and Wilkinson a deep 3.
He's playing with a lot of, even when he's not making shots, he's still taking them. He's still playing with confidence, which is great for a freshman.
The coach, he gets in the starting lineup once Stojakovic is ill and is unable to be able to play. Now, how do you manage that when a guy comes back, Stojakovic back in the starting lineup, but Wilkins has been playing so well?
You know,
Common Malawach at the line, 77%
broken. Cooper Flag played 38 minutes in that game with no Mason Gillis. He had to put in some.
There's no question he was a little under the weather for that game.
Yeah, he's not an excuse maker. Not going to give anybody that opportunity.
Wilkinson skips it. Petritis couldn't pull the trigger. He'll drive on Gillis. That got swatted by Malawach. The transfer Arlington, Texas. First one is good. Don't forget, coverage starts Saturday morning, 11:30. On ACC Network.
I'm not going to be prejudiced or anything or biased, but watch out for
Syracuse. You're already being biased.
No, wait, you already laid the groundwork by saying you're not going to be.
And then you were.
I'm making one exception.
Biased, by the way.
I'm allowed one exception.
Here's Flag on the drive. He's got 6.
I've been to every lacrosse.
Into the lineup.
And this is a good opportunity for Caleb Foster to build some confidence, get going, and find his way truly to being part of this run for the Blue Devils. They're going to need him as this season goes along.
Malowacz, second three of the year.
That's not good.
It's great for Malowacz, Coach.
Yes, it's very good. It's not good for Cal.
12-point lead now for the Blue Devils. Backdoor Sissoko.
Oh.
Yep.
Sissoko may have saw the dust on the top of the rim on that one, WD.
The West African country of Mali.
Tyrese Proctor, who played against Michigan State early in his career, asked Jon Scheyer, is that the same Sissoko that we saw at Michigan State? Because he's playing completely different for Cal.
Yep. Long three, good. That's flag.
Integrated into this rotation. Caleb Foster, playing without confidence right now, needs to find that to help his Blue Devils team.
What a pass by Blackshear. Stojakovic, a scoop and
There you
score
go.
with the right hand. He's got 6.
And he's been doing a great job getting.
Would you close out, Jim, or would you give him the look?
I'd probably close out. He's going to make an open one.
You're going based upon his last name.
Yes.
Here's flag. A dunk.
There's the zone look, and they screen down on the big guy, and now
Evans, the freshman. Andre with the right hand, rejected Malowacz, scooped up Andre. Stojakovic right back in and draws the foul.
But watch Auburn
there.
But what he did, he showed Jon Scheyer that you can trust him on the defense.
to me, in terms of just being tough and getting to the basket.
Yeah.
So they call it runaway.
Yeah, well, it's a runaway, all right. Proctor against Ola Joseph. Here's Knipple. Baseline and good.
It was a smart play by Knopf turnovers versus Clemson in the game on Saturday, so they were able to exploit that. Clemson shot close to 70% in the first half.
Yep.
However, Duke was still had a lead simply because of all those points off turnovers.
Here goes Proctor on the drive, and
That's tough.
that's going to be a foul, I believe, on Dort. Jeb Hartnett.
And this is good for them to be able to learn how to play and score when he's on the bench.
Proctor on grounds at University of Virginia. We already did a promo for Richmond visiting in lacrosse. Now you've got 2.
Yeah, a little better than Charlottesville. No offense
No,
to
wait,
Charlottesville.
What?
No offense, but the weather in
Oh, my
It's a
Clearwater.
little warmer down there, you know.
Well, I mean, if anyone's talking about warmer, it shouldn't be you. You clearly like cold weather.
Sissoko fouled by
I don't mind.
Gumbo. Sissoko taking his NIL earnings back into his home village.
Parents are to the school back home.
Second is short.
See,
Here's
switching
flag.
back. This looks a little different defensively. Somewhat of a zone, but you got to find that guy at the top of the key. Cooper Flagg missing a good look.
Look at the big fella rip it away and draw the foul.
To be in the game. They missed another one.
Missed the front end of the 1-to-1, so 1 of 3 is Marty Sissoko at the line. Here goes Flagg through the lane with the left hand. He'll take the contact and shoot free throws. Sissoko, that will be his first. Stayed in Wake, and there was drama all over the place in Winston-Salem. And Georgia Tech.
Well, Nate George has been maybe the most improved player in the league, especially from the beginning of the year. He's just been tremendous.
I'm going to argue that one, Coach, but
Yeah.
we'll get into that one later.
Well, I'm not giving it to him outright, but he's been pretty good.
Stojakovic definitely one of the most improved as we see Wilkinson knocking down the 3 ball at the top of the key.
Yep.
But how about a guy that played for the Duke Blue Devils a year ago and now
Jalen
part of the
Blakes.
Stanford Cardinal,
Yeah.
Jaden Blakes, who has the highest increase in points per game nationally.
He's had a good year.
On the run. Kick out. Wilkinson lefty 3. Too strong. They crash the glass. Stojakovic had it. It gets knocked around, and the final possession will belong to the Blue Devils.
You can call it a small thing, but no recognition of time to score on that possession.
Yeah.
It was an opportunity for Cal to take the last shot of possession and get a score. You're talking about possibly a 13-point
Yeah.
game.
It's a
Zone.
big difference.
Zone from the Golden Bears here.
Duke has been really good against this zone. They got a lot of weapons.
Flag the runner. Here comes Campbell from the beyond the midcourt line. Oh, and it hit the back of the rim. But Duke is still going to take a 38-20 back on the attack. Very quickly. Proctor digging in on Blackshear.
Ooh, nice steal. Nice play.
And Wilkinson comes away with the turnover and the basket. So the freshman from Powder Springs, Georgia, has now got 8 in the ball game.
And Wilkinson continues to do the job on both ends of the floor. And then when you get easy baskets as such, Coach, for a scorer, you love to see your top guys getting out in the transition, right?
Yeah, that's the kind.
Blacksher. Front rim miss of the three. James the rebound. Lead for Flag. Oh, couldn't quite flag it down.
See what you did there.
Done. Very good. James through traffic. Ooh, before the Sissoko rejection.
Highlight from Kamen Malawach.
Yeah, he can't. Proctor can't get it.
26 assists and 5 turnovers. Is that any good?
He's pretty good.
I never saw any type of turnover ratio that looked anything like that. But Sion James has been the perfect complement to this Blue Devil squad. And most importantly, it's allowed Tyrese Proctor to get off the ball and become more of a shooter.
10 for Wilkinson now. A couple of threes in the first half, and Cal's first 2 field goals here in half 2. Flag against Petritis. Tough matchup for Reedus.
Cannot help.
Proctor 3 from the front, Coach.
Yeah,
Cannot help off him. You got to help someplace else.
And Wilkinson just puts his hand in the air, letting everyone know that's my bad, leaving a guy that's already knocked down 50% of his threes here today.
45-27. 18-point lead with 2 and change gone. Blacksher in traffic finds Petritis underneath.
It's a good play from Blacksher. He struggled. He's 0 for 6. He hasn't been able to get points on the board.
Javon Blacksher might lead the country in assists off passes when he leaves his feet. It's a unique category.
Uh-oh.
Malawach fouled by Sissoko.
That was.
So here is Kamen Malawach from the South Sudan, who wears number 9 last summer in the Olympics. And got to tell you, that group was competitive in the bracket that the U.S. finally won the gold with.
Yeah, they gave the U.S. everything that.
Andre trying to find a crease. Fall away is short off the front rim, and here's Flag.
They just don't give you anything easy.
Cooper through traffic and one.
Guess that's why he might be the first pick in the draft.
Yeah.
For them to win was part of the reason why he's in the top 10 in the ACC in assists as well.
Yep. Here's James. Out front, Flag over the top of Petritis. And tapped home Malawach.
Michigan State, so you're seeing the experience versus potential in that matchup between the two. And right now you have to say that potential's winning.
6.5 years older.
Ooh.
Sissoko is 24 years old. There's a foul on Evans. And here's Proctor now against DJ Campbell. Brown the screen. He'll challenge Dort. Look at that. And offensive foul on Malik Brown.
I'm not sure. And when we hang out in the Sky Club together.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
You know, he gets me into the American club. I, of course, take him in the Sky Club.
You know, you don't really want to talk about hanging out with the referee game if that was a flagrant.
And the first one good. One game a year ago, 17 games.
Trip over is 2 games, so they're going to play again on Saturday, and you want to be able to take some type of positive momentum into your weekend game.
Wilkinson trying to find something against Knipple, and he does. 2-point pull-up.
That was really his best one-on-one situation in this game. He took his time, he got in the lane, and got a really good shot.
But playing against Duke is one of the very few teams that will allow you to play one-on-one because they force you to have to make great individual plays to beat them.
Proctor scores on the drive. He's now got 14.
That's that country. And playing games and being away from home, I think it's just too hard.
And I think the ACC can help by eliminating at least one of those trips as we see Cooper Flag go to the turnaround by during the Christmas break.
Want to play with no students there.
But they're playing games anyway. That's still the time where you're playing a ACC game, so you got to play somebody.
Yeah, they're trying to cut back on the ACC games.
Here's steal by Flag and the open floor.
Hey! Throughout the year. And even though this one is not catching the body, I'm putting this one at number 1. My young fellow with a little showtime on this one. Even a smile on the way back. recognizing his own work. Cooper Flagg showing off here at home. It's something as a coach you often say, maybe our team needed this.
Well, I don't like that, but I think you do learn a little bit more. Kids listen a little bit more when you lose a game like that.
Botrytis on the board. His young guy, 18, barely figuring it out.
Coach, you coached, in my opinion, the best one-and-done freshman in the college basketball game.
Wait a second.
Wilkinson is able to knock down the three ball. He's talking.
Championship had 34 points. National championship game. Semifinals had 28. I mean, he was just a man back then.
If Cooper Flagg is able to lead this Duke team to a national championship, he's all Knipple chased that one. Coach, are you still a fan of following your shot?
No, very seldom do shooters do that.
There you go.
Very seldom.
I tried to explain that before, but I'm glad you backed me up on that one. There's not a lot of.
For 3 offensive rebounds every game because he would just go right for it.
Yeah. They say that the person that misses the shot knows where it's going.
Yeah.
In my mind, I never missed one, so I wouldn't be able to tell you about that.
Oh, Proctor high off the glass over.
One wins because all these other conferences have 8 or 10 teams. When you play them, they're quad 1 wins. You're going to get them. So I think they're, at the end of the day, when they really look at that quad 1 wins, even though it's unfair because some teams are playing 14 get a quad 1 win.
But you agree with that?
Here's the, I absolutely agree with Coach, but here's the other side to that. That
was short. Malawatch the rebound. Sissoko rejected that. Blackshear the other way. Duke by 23 as we come up on 5 minutes to play, and Javon Blackshear's first points of the game.
And give Cal credit. They're not quitting and not giving up.
On the move here. Wilkinson thought about it. Here's the kick out for Blackshear and another 3. 5 straight for Javon Blackshear and a Mark Madsen timeout.
A little too late.
With Dickie V, it's going to be crazy in here, even crazier than it normally is with the crazies.
Yep. Flag on the drive. Front rim miss and a foul.
Late.
For ACC Player of the Year, but I wouldn't call this a normal year when you've got a before Zion. You remember who that was? Won a national championship with the Blue Devils.
I'm going to swing at it.
All right, I got you.
Yeah. Just, I mean, I was going to be a fair guy. You're a team guy. Trying to share the rock a little bit with you guys. You know, come on.
I get it. And Marvin Bagley was ACC Player of the Year and Defensive Player of the Year.
Sissoko missed the front end. Yeah, Chicago's Jahlil Okafor. His 1 year in this league gets lost sometimes.
It really does, in a national championship to boot.
Yep.
So, but he had a great freshman class along with him, and Trey Jones, Justice Winslow.
Yep. Out of the corner, James.
My son Buddy played against.
70-47. Stojakovic trying to find a way. Boy, do you see James leaning a little bit on the help there? Wilkinson and one.
It took him a while.
By Wilkinson. Oh, it looks like Corey Alexander just spotting up and ripping.
I wish my left hand looked like that.
Oh my God.
But the worst part about it
Oh
was
my
I
God.
had to wear a Boston Red Sox hat, great in life, and now we see he gets to actually tell Jim Boeheim what to do. I tell you what, my guy Will Black is absolutely made, and my man Bob Black has to be proud of his son.
Yep.
That is one of the greatest overstatements I've ever heard in my life. What is Will Black? I love this food in North Carolina.
21-point lead for Duke. Sissoko lost it on the pocket pass try from Blackshear. Here's Darren Harris, a look away. Foster the 3. Nope. Bounds away. Gungba the rebound.
Shire going with both bigs on the floor, which is something I think they'll do more often, especially after they were exposed on the interior at Clemson.
Sissoko and Brown fouls Botrytis. 3rd on Brown. Time.
I did that last year. Don't remind me.
This is true.
We can confirm that you are not average.
Might be below average with that.
74-53. Cal is going to lose for the 4th time in their last 5. There's a steal by Dort. Here's Wilkinson. Behind the back against Gillis and a score.
And Wilkinson now will continue to keep that average up in the starting lineup. I talked with Garrett earlier today, their, of course, sports information director, and asked, is there a number of games as Caleb Foster gets his first field goal?
Yep. Charlotte. Foster the kick out. Evans. That spun out.
I like the way Cal and Coach Madsen has got them to play the whole game. I mean, it's obvious they were not going to win the game for a long time, but they're going after it. They're playing hard. The bottom line is in the ACC, and we all know this, best league because they have the most good players, and we're falling.
I don't see him at the table. He told me his mom was watching.
There's always something that somebody has to complain about.
Yeah, Gungba fouled by McCloskey on the way to the basket. Patrick's going to get free throw.
Mom, no. Look at my guy Spencer right there.
Locked in.
At 5'8", grew up in Los Angeles in California, so Mom, it's a normal time for her.
Harvard Westlake.
Yeah.
He's played in 22 career games. Tonight would have been 23.
Me and John.
Well, you and Shar can take it. You and Dave O'Brien and Coach Vitale will be here on Saturday. You can take up that beef
Saturday. I got to talk it out with my guy.
Mahoney the miss. Rebound by Foster. Stanford Cardinal will be here to see the Blue Devils. Cal is headed to Atlanta. They get Saturday afternoon in Midtown against Georgia Tech.
This is a good bounce back game for Duke. They really did a good job defensively. And we saw Cooper Flag tonight do a little bit of everything.
Yep. Blue Devils are going to win easily, 78-57. They're now 13-1 in the ACC, and keep their game lead on both Clemson and Louisville. John Shire 45-3. Now